It's Lisa from Been There, Got Out, and I am thrilled to have today's guest on. Her name is Jackie Zamora, and we just met a few weeks ago after I saw one of her incredible videos. There she is on Upworthy, which is one of those sites, feel good kind of stuff. It's exactly what we want our clients to be watching because every video on there, especially yours, Jackie, just fills you with warmth and light and is the opposite of doom scrolling, which we always tell our community, don't do this now. You're already traumatized. You need to see things and view content that makes you feel good because everything else is so stressful. So Jackie, when I saw you dancing, I was like, I have to get in touch with her. And we did, and we totally clicked. And I am so excited to have you on today. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. I know this is going to be a very energetic conversation.
Yeah.
Especially because you used to be in New York, right? So we got like two fast talkers here.
Big time.
But before we even get into what you do and your story, which is amazing, and I didn't even realize, and then later I thought, oh, no wonder I felt this connection before I even met you. But can you talk a little bit about why safety is so important to you and to people with disabilities, because that's who you work with?
Well, because I think safety is important when you feel so empty inside and you have no one that can actually guide you or help you, and you start feeling just completely lost. It is important to find that safety somewhere. It doesn't matter where, but you need to find it somewhere. So my kids have found it in ZamDance. They feel safe. I found it in meditation. I started meditating, and that helped me understand this feeling, this fear that was so unknown and that lived in me for so many years. So having that experience, I had to somehow break away from that, and I had to just basically do it on my own and find it within myself. And here I
Yeah,
am.
I know. Okay, so with that, who are you and what do you do?
I I'm Dominican from Brooklyn, New York. I was born in Santo Domingo, raised in Brooklyn, and I've always been dancing all my life, and dance is my passion, always been. I mean, when I ended up in New York City at 10 years old, forget about it. I saw break dancers, so I was like, wait a minute, I want to dance. I want to jump in. And all of a sudden, I decided to just become a dancer. And also, I did lots of things in New York. But coming here, I never stopped dancing. So I created a dance program called ZamDance for individuals with disabilities. This program basically allowed me to introduce my talent. And here I have these wonderful individuals who actually understand love through music and dance. But that's because I also love music and that. So it's all about the energy. It's all about the energy. So I'm
Yes,
happy
and
to introduce Zam Dance, and it's, as you already know, the videos. It's just so impactful. It's, it's something that I can tell you. I feel like I have these wings on me, and these children are like really just flying with me. And that's when you see the Soul Train dance. That's what you're seeing.
I know.
It's a connection.
I'm thinking after we do this, I have to repost one of your videos so people can see exactly what we're talking about,
Yes.
because I don't think they can imagine that incredible energy that you can see in those videos and your
Right.
talent. But let's get back into safety. And I know, you and I spent quite a while talking about your own story, and you said something really interesting. You said that when a child experiences abuse, that they develop a disability. Can you get into what that means?
Well, it all depends. I mean, I would say I experienced abuse as a child, not physical, but more mental.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens to you, you become numb. Now, a person that's able to express that can express it in so many different ways. Someone is asking for
Yeah,
subtitles.
I don't know how to do that, but that'll be on the
Okay.
podcast later. Yeah.
So when you're able to express that pain in some ways, you can do it through dance. You can do it in so many ways. Um, all I know is that I was able to express it through music and dance. A child who's unable to verbally say, "This is how I feel," sometimes they become very aggressive.
Hmm.
And sometimes they want to, if it's a child with a disability, it's even more difficult
Hmm.
because they don't even understand what's going on. Now,
Yeah.
a person who's like a neurotypical person can probably feel that they can become so depressed, and that can lead to mental illness. Do you
Hmm.
understand? So I feel like this somehow helped me find myself before. I mean, I was angry growing up.
Hmm.
I was very angry, angry at the world. It wasn't fair. Why me?
Hmm.
So it's so hard. It's so hard to even cope with a situation that you can't even get out of. And that can drive you crazy.
Yeah. And we see a lot of aggression in children amongst our clients and in our community. And whether they're neurodivergent or not, they feel a lot of anger. And what you're explaining makes sense because kids that can't verbalize, even typical kids, often don't have emotional literacy.
Right.
So they don't even know what they're feeling and they can't express it. And if someone's saying, "How do you feel? How do you feel?" It just makes them feel worse if they don't have the
But
vocabulary.
it's the lack of love too.
Mhm.
I mean, we all want to be loved, right?
Yeah.
Because love is so simple. It's so simple. So when you don't have the love, what do you expect? You're all you know is you just watch your family attacking each other, and
Hmm.
that's all you know,
Yeah.
and that's all you're going to attract because that's all you know.
Right. It's familiar.
It's so familiar, and you don't know how to get out because no one is guiding you, no one is telling you or trying to help you.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about you. You know, you had said you moved here when you were a tweenish, like when you were 10. What was it like, you know, being an immigrant in terms of it relating to family abuse as well? Like here you are jumping into the unknown. Talk about that a bit.
Oh wow. I couldn't remember. I told you I didn't know English. I didn't speak English. All I knew was yes and no. That's it. Thank you. That's all I learned.
Yeah.
But it was a shock. I was in shock. I went straight to New York, Brooklyn. The heart of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And not understanding, I felt also I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel safe. I felt like an alien,
Yeah. Yeah.
like a person who just didn't belong there, and that was very very hard to deal with. Just also just being bullied because I didn't speak English,
Hmm.
walking into a classroom that it was all Main Street and I didn't Main Street English. I could not even understand. There was no bilingual program in elementary school, so I had to deal with that, teachers looking at me like I was a stranger. I remember there
Hmm.
was only one teacher that was the most amazing, and I don't even, and look, I remember her name. That's how beautiful this was. Her name was Miss Callahan, and she was Puerto Rican,
Hmm.
una puertorriqueña, and that was the person that looked out for me.
Hmm.
And that's why to this day I can't even forget her name.
Yeah, I'm thinking, so some of what you're describing, I imagine, is similar for kids with disabilities, where they don't feel part of anything, they don't feel safe, they don't feel understood. Do you
No,
think that your own experience drew you towards working with individuals with disabilities?
I think at a spiritual level, yes, because I understand their language. They don't have to speak. They don't have to verbally say something to me. I just know. I just understand their energy, and I see their fear, and I just it's just a different language that is hard to explain. It's a feeling. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's a it's deep. It's just so deep, and because I worked on myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still working on myself. There's so much work, so many layers. Oh God, it's just so many layers. This is just it's just so much that you have to somehow work on, because you have many years of so many traumas in your life growing up, that once you start working on yourself, they start believing in you because you believe in yourself.
Yep. Yeah. So I know we talked a lot about a fear, and I think because you work with this population, the parents, and that's our clients are the parents of kids with disabilities. They don't know how to make their kids feel safe, and I think there's a feeling that they need to protect their kids and not allow them to do things that might make them go outside their comfort zone. But you said that this hinders confidence. Can you speak to, because we have such a large amount of people that we deal with in high conflict divorce and co-parenting situations with kids with disabilities? They actually say special needs. I know we're not supposed to say it, but they always say my kid has special needs. But
Yeah.
for this population, how can they maybe look at things a little bit differently from your perspective?
I would say that, remember I told you I was a nanny
Yeah.
for two families.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also I have now so many families, so many mommies that support ZamDance, only because, yeah, it's not everywhere. They're not welcome. These children are not welcome in everywhere. So when they have a place that you have this person embracing all of them, it's like, wait a minute, is this really happening?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on over here? And why is my child so so happy to see this person? Who are you? What do you have? You feel me?
Yeah. So they're not
And
used to it.
huh?
They're not used to the opposite of their daily life where maybe their kids are kind of not accepted or rejected even.
Right. But music also heals people. And that's the thing that some people don't realize. I've introduced music in such a way that these individuals, I mean, think about the Latin music, for instance, Latin music, merengue.
Mm-hmm.
So I love my merengue. As a Dominican person, I love merengue. And I'm playing merengue, and here they're requesting the song. And then they want me to record them while they're dancing to the song.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So a parent that is in the back watching this is saying, my child is reacting to something that in other places they would be like, I want to go home. But they want to come to ZamDance, not because
Mm-hmm.
it's just a dance program, but because they feel accepted, they feel loved, they feel welcomed. So why not bring them to a place where they feel completely safe? It's a different world. It's a different
So
world.
how do you get parents to even consider this? And also tell us the story about the loud music.
Oh, well, I have one of my dancers, and I just posted a video, and she's there. She's the last person that was dancing, doing spinning. When she walked into my class, she was in the back, and this was in 2013,
Mm-hmm.
because that's when I started the program. She was wearing her headphones, right? And she was kind of like looking at all of this, and she's a non-speaking child, so she's looking at me and trying to understand. Wait a minute, what is this music? So the following week, she comes with her headphones and she's in the back. The third week, she looks at her mom, she takes off her headphones, and then she goes to the front and then she starts dancing with me. And that's what I'm talking about. Yes, I understand the music can be very loud, but sometimes they just want it to be loud because
Right.
they feel it in their hearts, they feel it in their souls.
Yeah. So how do parents deal with this where they're used to being so protective and so worried about their children to now start letting go a little bit?
Well, they're my best friends. Think about it.
Yeah.
They're my best friends. I'm just like, I can't even, sometimes I can't even like take a little break. They want me back. Say, Jackie, when are you coming back? They also take my class. They also dancing in the back. They dancing, they're jamming. They can teach the class if they wanted to. They don't just come for their children. They come also because they want to have a good time.
Do you see like a community developing
Oh,
of the parents?
there is a
Yeah.
community. We actually went out. All of us together, the moms. They call themselves Zam
Zam.
moms. So that's the community, right? Zam moms. So we all went out. Of course, one parent said, "Hey, we're tired of always going to Zam dance. Why can we all the moms get together and go and just sit down at a restaurant and talk about our lives, other not just about our kids, but
Yeah.
about ourselves." Oh, the stories.
Yeah. I mean, I think about how, the very high number of parents who have a child with a disability in terms of divorce, 90% go through divorce. And we deal only with high conflict. And we have, like I said, loads of clients who have kids with some kind of disability. And in a way, the family is so affected because everybody worries about that child and how to take care of that child. And so, like what you're saying, for parents to get a bit of a break and realize, oh, I have an identity too. It's not just taking care of this child, but also dealing with this difficult ex all the time. So I love this
Right.
this community that you've created. You make their kids happy, you make the parents happy. Is there anything that parents should know, besides to just allow their kid to explore and experiment, and not be worried that they can't do it or they're not ready?
Just trust. Just trust. Trust and walk in knowing that everything works out. Everything works out. You just have to have faith. And and it's difficult. And a lot of these parents that went out that night, they all have their husbands.
Hmm.
So the husbands were the one that stayed with, you know, their children. But it's having that trust um and faith and not to give up. Don't give up. There's a
Yeah.
lot of
So
good people out there that's there, and those good people are willing to be there for those parents.
yeah, that's so helpful. So, Jackie, you're just in Maryland and there's just one of you, right? What about all the rest of the world? How can they tap into what you have and
We
what you
would
can
love
offer?
to expand worldwide because ZamDance needs that. I mean, we every child and parent should have that experience, the
Yeah.
ZamDance experience. It would be nice to find some sponsors that can believe in this program, so that I can travel to places, that I can just. Of course, my Marylanders, DMV parents will probably be a little upset. They wouldn't want me to go, but I'm not going anywhere. It's just I need to,
You just take
I'm
a
not going
trip.
to
You
go
just
anywhere.
travel.
Just gonna, I'll be back. I'll be back. But I do have an assistant now, and she is amazing. She has the same energy, and she loves, loves, loves these children. Her compassion is beyond because you need to have that compassion. You need to be present. It's not just dance. You can have all the training, but if you have it here, then you know what? You can teach the program because that's what my students they want. That first, the love and compassion, the acceptance, and then the dancing.
Yeah. Dancing is secondary.
Big
It's
time.
the humanity. It's the
Yes.
human before. And I see people are saying that they want to talk to you. How can people find you, Jackie?
Well, follow me at ZamDance, JZam7. My website is www.zamdance.com. I'm on TikTok at ZamDance and YouTube as well.
All right. Well, thank Thank you so much, Jackie. I'm going to end this and I'm going to post one of your videos right now so people can really see what we've been talking about.
Yes. Thank you for having me. I appreciate
My
you very much.
my pleasure. Anytime, Jackie. Let me know whatever I can do to help.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.